Howdy, howdy, folks. Treetop Woodworking here. Gonna work on a little project today. Two little bookshelves. Something simple to do, but done got me some lumber ready to be planed down here. Just some 12-inch pine, 1x. If it's even an inch thick, I don't know. What is it? About 3/4 look like. But all we really need is like a 1/2 inch, just shelves, just the bookshelves, all it's gonna be. But sure glad you could join me today. I'm gonna get to working some of this wood down, and I'll get back with you. Well, y'all got to see the very first cut of this saw. What I did is just a tiny finishing nail in the end, that way I could hold on to my straight board, that would give me a straight edge out of this cut. And I don't have to worry about the other side. Had one little mishap here, but still straight. But yeah, give me a straight edge. I can flip it over and have me another straight edge. And I always sand it down just a little bit, so this little piece here won't be nothing. But yeah, it's the first cut from this saw, and it was very, very smooth. Smoother than I was. Yeah. But I'll knock that loose. I got 3 more of them to do. And something I was wanting to share about this saw too the other day. I was thinking the man could take this off and use it from either side, but you can't. For one thing, well, I ought to keep that there till I get my others cut, I guess. Let me go ahead and lock that back in. But, well, I'll have to adjust that anyway. Anyway, if you've got this on this last set over here to the right, it will only get about like that. You're like 3 or 4 inches. You can't get a close cut. If you were like, if you cut 1/2 inch or less, you know, or 3 inches less, you can't get that unless you move it to the set to the left there. It's got 2 different ones. It gets you a little extra length on this outside set. This way, you can get you a little extra length, but we'll only get about that close to it, like 3 or 4 inches from being over. But if you set it over in the sudden, of course, it'll go right up again it and then some a little bit. But just wanted to add that on there. I thought you could use it from both ends. I should know better than that. But I wouldn't want y'all thinking this saw would do that. But I need to get busy and get these other pieces. So I'm going to get off here and get this straightened out and give me another one on. Get to cutting a little more. See, 2 other things about this saw that I want to mention. This tool that's coming off the fence here for littler pieces, maybe, you know, 1/4 inch thick or something like that. If you flip it over and don't want to use it, make sure you get it up and over in these little slots. If not, it won't go over all the way, and it'll be holding your board off a little bit right here. It'll hit it over there. But if you get in the right place, it don't hit it at all. So good. I just wanted to mention that. And this saw has a soft start that I really do like. Goodness, where'd them nails come from? I better take care of that, hadn't I? Well, I'll be right back. Don't even know why those would have been in there. All right, then. Let's try this again. These measurements, I'm getting down to about 11.5. In case something happens, that gives me a little room. I can get down to 10. I don't want to go skinnier than 10 to width. But we got, the way it's going now, it's going to be about 11.5, 11, somewhere in there. Well, that will be all my shelves. I'll have to get the framing cut. Gather me up some 2x4s, but hang loose. And another thing about this saw I like is like 3 cranks and it's down, 3 cranks and it's up. I mean, goodness. That Ryobi I had, and the wheel was broke anyway, the knob. Lord, you had to go around like, I don't know, 40 times, 50. All right, we're going to get some legs cut. And they're not going to be this long. I'll cut them down later. I think they're going to be about 30 inches or something. Need 4 of them. These are 1.5 inches, right at 1.5 inches square. Inching. 7/16, inch and a half, somewhere in there, closer to an inch and a half. But we'll get about 30 inches out of here. It's gonna be just a little bookshelf. We'll come up about 3 or 4 inches, and I'll have about 12 or 13, and then another one up here. Just be 1, 2, 3 shelves. Hang loose. What I'm going to do too, my cross pieces, my shelves, I'm going to cut a rabbet out in these for them to sit back in. But hang loose, I'll get to it. Trimming my legs down to, I think, like 30 and 7/16, somewhere close in that area. Close to 30 and a half inches, but it'll be sanded a little bit too. So I know it'll be 30, end up 30 and 9/16, and if not, down to just 3/8. But we'll get these done. Oh, let me go get me some ears on. There we go. I think that's about right. Well, that's got all them. Yeah, I had to rig up a contraption to make it long enough. Kind of wish I'd have got an extension, but I can always get extension later to go on this, and I might do that sometime. But as for now, this will work. This did work. Just a little awkward, but now I gotta get my legs. And mentioned earlier, I cut me a rabbit from my shelves to sit in. It's gonna be three of not a rabbit, a half joint, lap joint there. But I have to get it lined up for that. So just hang loose. I'll be right back with you. As you can see, I done had it marked what I was going by here. I needed about 3/4 of an inch is what it is. And I came down about, I was aiming for 3/4. I ended up about 13/16, I think. But that height, the top shelf could be wherever you wanted. But this, I did go 3/4 because that's how thick my shelves are. But, got the top done on 4 of them. Cut these other 2 and I'll get back with you. Hang loose. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned my depth. It's 3/4 of an inch also. It's almost half of it. Maybe a little over half. I just got 8 of the legs done, only like the bottom lap joint here. I'll set up and get them done. I'll get back with you. Hang loose. All right. It's got all my legs cut where I want. What I'm going to have is the bottom shelf about 3 inches off the ground, more or less. I'm going to have like a 1/2 inch over the top of the shelf. I just like the way that looks when it's done. What I'm going to do is get me a space ready here, and we're going to just have a dry fit, put her together and see how everything shakes out. Hang loose with me, and then I'll get us a spot cleaned out here. Well, as you see, I got it together a little bit, and no glue, no nails, just puzzled together here. I got 2 of these. She wanted 2 of them, a bookshelf on each side of her coffee table, but she's got a round coffee table. I don't know how that's going to work. But anyway, I'd rather made a coffee table to go in the middle and these on the ends. But this is what she wanted. But a bookshelf, I probably could have, instead of 12 inches in here, I could have brought it down to 10, 8 or 10. I don't know. What do y'all think? It depends on how big a book she got, I guess. But I really like the way it turned out. I like the half lap joints there, and the way they turned out too. Everything looks pretty good. And of course, I get it glued up. I don't know if I'm gonna nail it, or I know I'm gonna glue it, but I don't know if I'm gonna nail it or put some screws in and try to hide them the best I can. Either one, I don't know. Glue would almost hold it pretty good, but I probably will put screws or nails in it one. I don't know which would be the best. But I do like the way it turned out. I got 2 I'll have 2 of these. I get that put together. They really turned out. Still got a lot of sanding. I don't know what kind of finish. I do know I want to darken the legs here. I'm going to leave this, probably put a poly on this, just a clear stain poly. But I'm going to darken the legs, and I think that'll be a good contrast. It'll really look nice. And I got some work to do on the bottom of these legs and on the top, smooth them out some. But on the bottom, I'm going to bevel them a little bit. That way they slide on the floor. They don't catch on the carpet. They don't rip linoleum, anything like that. But thank you for hanging with me so far. But I'll get off here and get the other ones together and do some sanding. And I know y'all don't want to watch me do that. But when I get done, get them all together and done, I'll get a deal with them and give you a show. Yeah, turned out really good. No glue or nothing yet. They're just sitting there freestanding. But they'll really look good. Get them finished, and you can see they sanded pretty good already the way it is. Turned out pretty nice. They did. My son's girlfriend. She's wanting a bookcase. But yeah, they turned out pretty good. Well, hang loose. I'll get these sanded. Yeah, I didn't have no pre-stain with me, so I just want to let y'all in on something too. You can take whatever kind of oil you got, really. I think this is sunflower seed oil, coconut oil, probably a good one. And soak your wood down, and it seals them pores, and it'll help you stain, not turn out blotchy. Some places, suck the stain up, and other places won't, and they'll turn out blotchy. Anyway, I do this. I done did these. You can see, they tell me it turns a golden color like, but I know it turns darker for sure. But I done put that on there. I'm gonna put it on here in a minute. But then once that dries, I put this bear fat on there, and this is made with any kind of oil you want, really. Coconut oil, sunflower seed oil, um, and the other part's beeswax. And it makes the Indians call it bear fat. That's what they used to use anyway. But it's imitation beer fat, I guess you call it, beer fat. That's what I got from a long time ago, beer fat. Anyway, I'm going to put some oil on these. Get them oiled. You just pour on, let her soak in. Of course, this here ain't going to be as bad because I'm going to put poly on this. So, but I still wanted to, because it's good, it treats the wood. Helps protect it and all that good jive. But I'll just do one here. I won't let you sit and have to watch me do them all. Soak it all up real good. That's pretty good for that one. Just see which one this is. Get the side some. Just the bottom. I'll get them others here in a minute. Yeah, it don't take long for it to dry, really. But if you can see, it really does put a shine on it. You just put her on, wipe her off. Can't get much easier than that. And just like that, that one is done. Might as well go ahead and get these while I'm sitting here. But anyway, I'll let y'all good people go and get the rest of these waxed, get them oiled, and then get them waxed. And we'll be done today for the wind blows us away. But we'll get back, and when I go to staining them, just the legs I'm staining, the other's going to be polyed. But hang loose and I'll get back with you. It's time for a little stain. Got this dark walnut here. I thought it'd be nice. Better dust them off one time. That ought to be good there. Shouldn't have much dust on them. Dusty roads. Well, we can get going here. Move this on here. Oh yeah, it's pretty dark. That is going to be nice. Shouldn't take too many coats. Maybe 2 coats. If the wind don't go crazy here in a minute. We'll let that one sit. Grab another here. Yeah, that's the dark I was looking for. It ought to work really good. That's good and dark. I'm going to do the rest of these. I'll get back with you maybe when I poly up the shelf boards, the shelves themselves. Well, down to giving them a little poly wally. And I've mixed my poly, like 50% poly and 50% mineral spirits. Something like that. Give or take a little. And did these 2. Still have to flip them over and do the other side one time before I'm done. But mixing it this thin, 50-50, ought to give me a pretty even deal. Just feather it up a little bit. Excuse me. Will take a minute for it to dry though. Would you know? Looks like it's gonna come up a rain as always. Now I'm just barely letting that lay on there. Yeah, looks like it's gonna rain. I don't think they give it to you. Sure it's cloudy and windy though. I'll have to do my other 4 legs on the picnic table over there. Kind of out of room here. Out of room, out of hand. You ever gotten out of hand? I did more than I want to remember. Most of this drip off here. Feather the side a little bit. Let her have that, just gotta let her dry. I have to go get my others to do them on a picnic table. But I'll get back with you after I get these done. Maybe when I start polishing the shelves themselves. I'm not gonna, probably 2 coats on these is probably all I need on the legs. 1 coat maybe, but I probably will go 2. But on the shelves, I'll probably go 3. I usually always go 3 on something like that. But hang loose and I'll get back with you. Look how pretty that wood is. Isn't that good? Well, down to the last piece. 3rd coat of poly. Has been. I done got the legs done. I finished them up earlier. All them's done, and done got the last coat on the other 3 shelves on the picnic table. It has been like usually 3 hours, and it's good to sand. You know, light sand between. Of course, your last coat you ain't gonna sand after this coat. And the sanding I did was a real light sand. That 50-50 cut was real good. I may have cut it a little thicker for the 2nd coat, but I got like 50-50 for this last coat. But no serious bubbles I've seen. It's all laid down pretty good. Yeah, about 3 hours to dry. There's 1 or 2 spots, maybe the size of a quarter. It wasn't as dry as I'd like, but it's dry enough. Again, it was light sanding. I don't know if it's because there's a knot there, just a soft place in the wood or what. Because the rest of it was right. I had to fill my little bowl up like 3 times. Well, I wasn't filling it all the way up though either. Try to watch and not go over the top of it so I don't get a drip on it that I might miss. But at the end, I feather it anyway, I guess you'd call. You only got a little bit of poly left here in this bowl, and that's good. because I hate wasting it. It's good stuff. Good finish for furniture. Be good for an outside piece too if you want to keep it just last a lot longer. Applying very little pressure when I go across. Maybe enough to bend the bristles just a little bit, if that. About to lose my light. Hopefully I can get this done and give y'all a better picture here in a minute. About to lose my light. I did good. Got 3 coats on today. Well, this is the 3rd coat. My worst nightmare is Angry Birds. Angry Birds. Had that happen one time when I was applying poly too. Had to sand more than I wanted and fix more than I wanted. Still didn't get it back where I'd like, but it was okay. But I'd rather not deal with that today. I can keep from it. And that'll be it. Little dabadoo. See if I can get the camera here and get y'all a little better view. Can't even see I got it on from here. Catch a little bit of sunlight we got left, maybe. Yeah, you can see right there, can't you? It's wet, 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 wet. Get down here and look. It seemed like that mix, it might look a little rough, but it smooths right out. It lays down. As long as there ain't no major drops I accidentally hit it with, we're in good shape. Looks like we're in good shape. Yep. Well, hang loose and I'll get back with you when I get her together. Pretty sunset, ain't it? Believe the Lord is the best artist ever was, wasn't he? That's pretty. Well, I've got one glued up, one bookcase, and this is the last one. I've got everything glued except for this last leg. I had these legs numbered when I did my dry fit, when I took it apart. Like this was 1, 2, 3, 4. I just poked a dot in the bottom. If it was 1, I just poke 1 dot. If it's 2, I'd poke 2. I better get and these, my shelves had a mark too, so I wouldn't forget. An M for middle, T for top, and B for the bottom. On the back of what supposedly the bookcases are going to be. Just do a little wipe on. You need to have some paint brushes for this. Be a little easier and cleaner. Come on here. Come here. I want to too. Get mine. It lasts a while. Maybe I can get it. See that one. Let's get this on here. Get it on time. That would be a disaster. A little bit of persuasion never hurt. Trying to watch my squeeze out on my glue too. Get most of it now. Did pretty good where I've already polished and stained and sanded and all that job. Any glue that gets on it really just wipes right off. Everything looks pretty good. You know, be left is clamping it. Sorry if I'm blocking the video, just having to get this little bit of glue, which is not much. Little bit of squeeze out. Now, I think it's ready for the everything down and seated. Looking good. That thing's sturdy. Still gonna put screws in it though, probably drill and countersink. Put some little screws in. So what am I looking for? Oh yeah, my boards for my clamp off deal. We'll get it first. One more board. Folks, this is the Clamp On 5000 coming to a big box store near you. It's $49.95, but if you order today, half price. Now, I can figure out where my lid to my glue went. Mr. Magoo, well, seems to have run off on me. Maybe it's in the chair. Well, it ain't there. Well, I'll find it in a minute. But that's it for the clamping. Just hang loose. There's the lid. And I'll get back with you when I get her a little further along. All I'm going to do is drill and countersink some screws holding the shelves on. I'm going to put some end pieces on, just a couple little strips. I'll just glue them on just to have the books on the end here where they can lean up against something. I'm just going to put 2 little strips. That way if they find them something they want to, at the Dollar Tree, you know, cats, horses, whatever kind of woodcrafts design, they can just glue it right on. Or however they want to put on it. But hang loose and I'll get back with you. I'll finally finish them up here and I'll show you how they turned out here. You look at them. Shiny, shiny. You see I did the ends. They can put whatever they want to on them if they find them some dogs or cats or whatever they might be. It'll probably come out pretty good. Be a lot better if I had a good brush. But you can see, turned out good. Put 1 back brace, 2 on the sides, just sturdy it up a little bit. Yeah, they turned out good. I got sawdust on my son's bed. I have to get that off. Turned out good. Well, we finally got that project done. Turned out really good too. Better than what I thought it was going to. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments, you know, and I'll try to get to them. And I sure do thank you for hanging with me till we got her done. And try to get another video out a little bit sooner than it took me to get this one out. But if you haven't done so, I'd appreciate it if you thought about subscribing. And of course, hit that like button, you know. Hit that like button. Anyway, I do thank you for watching. And I'll see y'all a little further around the mountain.